Welcome everybody to our coverage of the 25th Southern Oregon Winter Series. We're here at our first event at Millsite Disc Golf Course in Myrtle Creek, Oregon. This is a PDGA sanctioned C-tier event. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Above Ground Level Discs, for providing today's coverage. Make sure to head to their website and use our promo code BIRDWATCH for a discount on some awesome plastic. We are Young Spang Commentary. I'm Cam McKilling, joined here again by my good buddy, Jesse Spangler.
Not your buddy, Cam, but I am still excited to be here. Let's jump into the back nine and see some more birdies.
And before we hop into the action for the back nine, we're going to take a look once again at the scores from the front. You can see LP3 leading the card here with a -6. We're going to take a look at the scorecards, and you can see just how many birdies we had in the front nine. That's quite a lot of green there on the scorecard, Jesse. What do you think about that?
I think Birdwatch Pro is doing exactly what they're supposed to today.
Sounds like it. Moving on here to hole 10, which was the hardest hole of the weekend. No birds were scored on this hole throughout both rounds. Sorry to give you a spoiler there, but you will still see some good disc golf here. 325-foot par 3, tight woods. See what these guys can do.
Yeah, this is you gotta flip it up and turn it late turnover shot, or maybe shape an S shot flick through there.
Yep, early tree for Devin, just on the right side of the fairway there, trailing his inner Kevin Jones.
It honestly looks like there's not even a lane here.
Yeah, you cannot really see the basket from the tee pad. It is tucked down there behind those trees, pretty much directly in front of the basket. So yeah, just like you were saying, really late turnover or a flick that's going to fade pretty late down the fairway for you. And Scott gets some turn on it.
And Scott heard me and he said, "Here is the lane. Follow this line."
Easily the best drive we are probably going to see on our coverage at the very least. That was a fantastic throw.
This tee box also very dangerous.
Yeah, during your round we had like all four discs, or 4 of the 5 discs from the group teeing in the hole in front of us tee off right onto our tee pad.
Yeah, hit the tree, fall onto the tee pad. Mo, this is his home course. He said that happens very often.
I think that also happens very often because we saw 2 players hit the same tree off of this tee pad.
Mo is gonna have to scramble here.
He gets it up. And it looks like he got it out. Dylan getting a nice catch down here.
Oh, wow.
And he lays it up for a 3. That was awesome.
That was a great approach shot after the early tree. And Devin here.
Also laying up for an easy 3.
Landed right on Mo's disc, I believe.
Here's LP3. Looks like he's going to run it, folks. Unfortunately, I did already spoil that he is not going to make this. But he's going to run it anyways. He did not hear me say that, so he doesn't know yet.
Looks like an accidental layup.
Definitely was going for a run there, but maybe lost his footing, lost some power there on his launch.
And Scott here looking for his 2.
In front of the cage.
Didn't give it a shot, left it low.
Robbed of maybe the only birdie of the weekend on hole 10. Well, definitely would have been the only birdie of the weekend on hole 10. And Mo tapping out for a par after a fantastic save there. Pars for the party. Pars for everybody.
And on to hole 11. 285-foot, par 3. Pretty much just a flick hyzer down the hill. Lots of trees to slice through. As we said, a lot of people hit the first tree and end up on the tee pad for hole 10. Yep,
very true. Very easy to get caught up here early. Pretty small window you got to pierce through with a pretty forward fade to get it down there by the basket. We'll see what Devin does with this forehand. It looks like he's lining up for here.
Looks like he's going to have a good flight.
Yeah, and he's in the trees there, but he's going to have a great look at the basket. That was a good drive there from Cordell.
Oh, yeah.
Wind's picking up just a little bit here as we're at the top of the ridge, kind of looking down over the river to our left. So you see, kind of breezy here. Scott's going to go with a more overstable disc so he can keep it low to the ground, I guess. I mean, just keep a good flight on it.
Yeah, so it guaranteed to dive back to the right.
And it does just that.
Oh, but it catches a tree. That was looking really good.
Oh, and he's going to be probably just the edge of the circle, I would guess there. Maybe just outside.
This tee pad was so cold every time I stepped up there. All 4 times. The 2 rounds I played and the 2 rounds that we recorded. Yeah,
it was freezing up there. We don't have very much audio playing from this hole in particular. Natural audio from the course because how hard the wind was whipping right past us.
LP3 hits that tree and dives straight down onto the tee pad for hole 10, just like we were talking about.
He's actually a little bit behind them. Didn't hit anyone, but he came pretty close when we got down there and talked to him. Mo gets through the catches some branches at the top of the gap, but he is pretty much parked there. Gonna have maybe 12 feet left.
That was a great shot by Mo.
Yeah, you can see LP3 is to the right of the tee pad over here. He's gonna throw something up and over, hopefully. You see it falling down there, and that's about all we were able to get of that. Dylan had no idea where he was coming from when LP3 launched that disc over there.
It was a good looking shot, but it just caught a tree and kicked back away from the basket, unfortunately.
He misses his long putt there, so he's going to be looking at a 4.
Devin for birdie.
Oh, off the front of the cage.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Just a little low.
Scott knocks down his bird, though, from just inside the edge of the circle, it looks like.
If that tree wasn't there, he had an ace around it, looks like.
Yeah, that was a great throw.
Still got the bird, though, so.
Here's Mo for bird. Excellent birdie there.
Cans it.
For Robert.
LP3 still got a little work here with these 2 trees right here. 3 trees.
Yep. Luckily, it's a nice little window.
Right through it.
Not too hard there for LP3. And Devin tapping out for par. Moving on to hole 12, 228-foot par 3. Play is going to be either a forehand around this tree here to the left, or you do see some guys trying to get a little more through these trees on the right, and with a backhand and try and fade it down towards the basket. You do. Remo says that the play is to just launch it up into this tree above the basket, though, and get it to fall down in there if you can.
Yeah, I think he said he got the first ace on this hole or at the park. Just like that. Scott with a great shot.
He went with that big forehand play. And a little long skip, but he's still going to have a pretty easy look at his 2. Mo going with the big forehand. He is definitely aiming for those branches up there.
Throws it right into him. They catch his disc and drop it right by the basket.
He is parked.
I wish I had known that play for when I played the AM day. I would have just been throwing my Firebird straight into those trees.
And Devin laying his towel down for that extra grip on this wet tee pad.
Speaking of Firebird, I think he has his Sexton Firebird right now.
He sure does. And, a little right.
Hits the tree, though, and that is going to roll down the... Nope, right underneath the basket.
Right underneath the basket. What a fortunate tree kick there. That is some good tree love, if you ask me. Special thanks to that nice leafy boy over there for helping our friend Devin out. And another forehand from LP3.
A little long, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if that was gonna dive out or go long.
You can see it went right over Dylan. Dylan had to drop back a couple feet so that he could get behind LP3's lie. And he misses a tester there for his birdie.
Did that clip the chains?
I couldn't tell from out there. I don't believe it did, though. Scott knocking down a 2. LP3, 4-3. And Mo and Devin look like they're going to take their birds here after a pair of really nice drives. Well, really nice drive from Mo and a very fortunate drive from Devin.
Definitely. On to hole 13, 260-foot par 3. Mando right of the light pole right there. Out of bounds, path up to the right. Throw it on the side of the hill on the low hyzer. Make your putt. Kind of a tougher hole than it appears.
You can see Scott comes out just a little early, and he Didn't get the skip that he quite wanted, but he's not going to have too much meat left on the bone there as he moves towards the basket. Mo going with the big forehand, going to crash back in at the basket. Oh, flex forehand.
Turns it way over.
Turns it way over. And he's going to be 80, 90 feet from the basket still.
Lots of work to do.
Did clear the Mando, though.
Mm-hmm. He did make the Mando. That is the way.
Devin going with the backhand here.
And that is right at the Mando. Just
Clears
squeeze
it.
around it.
Big skip. He's going to be long left of the basket, downhill from it there. And LP3.
Just trying to crash it in there on the hyzer.
Yeah, he sent it out over that OB path there.
Catches a tree.
And he's going to have a long look as well.
Lots of trees in play if you don't throw it low.
Mo from pretty far out, but he gets it within putting range there. He's going to have a 15-footer for par.
LP3 here. What is this? 60, 70 feet maybe?
Yeah, this is a long one, but it looks like he's getting ready to run it here.
He's out there quite a ways. They're pretty low ceiling too.
Pretty textbook putt for LP3 if you ask me, so let's see if he can knock it down. Oh!
Center chains.
My gosh! Let's take a look at that again on the cash cam. That was fantastic. Look at that flight. It's wobbly, but it's so nice at the same time. It's coming right in there. That's well outside the second circle.
Wow.
Look at him run it down. He is so hyped
Great
on that.
putt
I would
there.
be too. That was a fantastic putt.
My jaw dropped when I saw that. I was not expecting that to. I was expecting it to be close.
I mean, I'm just glad he backed me up after I hyped him up so much.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Devin lays it up here. He's going to have a pretty easy, a super easy tap in for par. This is Scotty for 2.
Give me a couple warm-ups in. Put the hood on. Warmed up, didn't like it. Just a little short on the uphill putt.
Yep, off the front of the cage.
Very easy to do. When that basket's above you.
Yeah, any elevated putt is kind of hard. In my personal opinion, I think anyone's personal opinion, it's a tough thing to do. Not something you practice a lot of, unless you go out of your way to do so.
Or you have like a basket at your home course that's just up high for no reason.
Scott knocking down a 3 there. Still an elevated putt, but it was able to make that one. An elevated tap in here for Devin. There you go. Moving on to hole 14, 330-foot par 3. He's got to get it out that window, just off the tee pad and out into the open. The basket, not pictured here, but is going to be maybe 6 feet up off the ground. Elevated basket here. The play is to just get something down there in the infield and get yourself close enough to make that elevated putt.
If you can throw it low and hard enough, you could do an ace run. There is a backstop back there.
That's true. You could run it right at the basket and hope for the best and hit that cage, but kind of hard to get the height given how low this window is off the tee pad here.
And LP3 throws it straight into the grass. Scott ripping a nice low hyzer here.
He's going to get a big skip right into the chain link. My bad. Ooh, double chain link tap.
Yeah, see that fence, it plays great backstop there. And even if it rolls through that gate, it's got to be on the cement of the dugout to be out of bounds on this hole.
That's true. So it could, there is no backstop to the dugout, so it could roll right through that little concrete area, hopefully. Mo does not quite make it to the infield there. He's going to be somewhere at the edge of the outfield. Kind of fun to get to use baseball terms while commentating on disc golf.
Definitely. Anytime baseball is involved, you know I like it.
Ooh, Devin going with a big straight shot.
Yeah, that flattened out on him.
Skids all the way across the infield and lands right where the third base coach would be stationed.
LP3 with the layup.
He's going to have Nice little putt into that elevated basket. Mo doing the same, it looks like. A little farther, a little more of a tester, especially with that added height there. Here's Devin from deep. Ben Simmons from range.
Ben Simmons does not make three-pointers.
Yeah, well, hopefully Devin Cordell does.
Oh,
there it is. That was awesome.
Down.
Top down. I think we're going to get to see that a second time.
That is not Ben Simmons.
There it is. Definitely not Ben Simmons. That is harnessing maybe some Larry Bird out here with some big, deep shots. Look at that. Insane. Has so much airtime. It honestly doesn't even look like it's going in.
Clips the top, straight down.
Great putt.
That was fantastic. Oh, on a basket with a bigger band, that might not have gone in.
For real. Might have hit the band and gone straight backwards, but that's not the basket he was putting at.
Yep, that was awesome. Let's see if Scott can avoid getting big putted here. And he does.
Squeaks it in there.
Having a little hard time getting out of the basket.
It's up there, unless you're a guy like Mo. Tough to get it out.
Mo for
Mo
three.
just like, he almost could just reach in over the top. He didn't even need to pop it up.
And LP3 takes his par as well. Unfortunately, no one was close enough. Oh.
The path to the top is often long and difficult. With many hills for you to climb and obstacles to overcome. And at times, the journey may seem never-ending. But why stop before you reach the top? With a little hard work, determination, and some help from your friends, you too can reach the next level. Above ground level discs, elevate your game.
Hopping right back into the action here on hole 15, 310-foot par 3. This is a big, easy, you can literally throw whatever you want at it. Just try not to go long. That path just above the basket up there is going to be out of bounds. Once again, we'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor who you just saw that ad from, Above Ground Level Discs, for providing some awesome plastic for us and sponsoring this coverage. Make sure to head to their website and use our promo code BIRDWATCH for a discount on some fantastic discs.
Scott with the flick to start it. Hyzered out a little early. Here's Devin, the backhand. Hyzering straight up to the basket. Maybe 15 feet away.
Yep, he's going to have an easy look at a birdie putt there.
This is a fairly simple hole unless you end up a little deep and to the left of the hole from the tee box, because there are those 4 guardian trees that a disc can barely fit through. You have to throw it perfect.
Yep, that's very true. There is almost no look from the left of the basket at all. So as long as you play something like LP3 did, you should have some kind of look at the front or side of the basket that is open.
Mo stepping up and firing.
Taking no time at all for his windup.
That's a good shot. He's going to have a look for 2. Oh, clips the, what was that? Just the branch hanging down?
Just some leafy boys grabbing his disc. That was a big putt from Scott.
Is that the straddle jump?
Yeah, that was a good one. Unfortunately, we did not have the second camera there. We had already sent Dylan so he could get a head start on the next hole, which is a pretty big one.
Oh, leaves it short.
Yep, off the front of the cage. Going to be looking at a par.
I feel your pain, Devin. I have done that way too many times.
LP3 knocks down a bird, though. Going 7 down through 15. He is all tied up there with Scott for the lead.
Well, with a nice little putt to finish out his par here.
And Devin going to do the same.
On to hole 16, 620-foot par 4. You just want to crush your first shot out there as far as you can. Keep it straight. The backstop of the fence can come into play as the basket is up behind it, off of the field. Pretty simple.
Yeah, you really just want to go for max distance here. And hopefully we're going to see Scott Withers do that right now. And that is ripped.
It's turning over exactly how you would want it.
Wow, what a crush. That is well into the infield. Past the pitcher's mound even. Almost to the first baseline. Now we're going to see that another time with today's first flight tracker. Buckle up and put your seat trays in their upright positions because we are going for a wild ride here, folks. Scott Withers crushing 550 feet here with that big, absolute monster drive on hole 16. That is exactly what you want to see. And let's hope we can see the other guys follow that up.
Yeah, that's tough to follow when someone throws that as a first shot.
And LP3 doesn't have nearly enough fade. He's going to be, or enough turn. He's going to be well out to the left. Probably still looking at 350, 400 feet left on his throw, or on the hole here.
Devin throws it out wide right.
Does the exact opposite.
Turns it out a little bit. Crashes back. He's still on the field out there.
Yep, almost made it to the hillside.
And whoa. Whoa.
A skyhyzer, I guess?
That was grip locked.
Yeah, that was definitely grip locked. Well, I mean, Danny Lindahl would call it rounding, but to each his own. We're going to see Mo.
Yeah, it went the wrong direction.
Yeah, it definitely went the wrong direction. We're going to see Mo with the big forehand here.
And that is turning over.
It is cut rolling, actually.
And cutting, wow.
Oh, out of bounds.
No.
Back in bounds. He's safe, folks.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's a foul ball, but in disc golf, that's safe for today.
Mm-hmm.
So, LP3 from deep. Got to get over that dugout. Oh, makes it well to the right of the dugout and right up against that backstop there.
That fence is definitely going to be in play.
Yeah, that's going to be smack dab right in his way. No way around it. He's going to have to go over. See if Devin can avoid the infield here. Throws it
over the fence, and he's going to have a good look there for a 3.
Yeah, going to have a pretty easy putt there for a birdie.
Oh, and Mo actually clipped the wire for the batting cage there.
He did. You know, that didn't turn out terribly for him because he's going to have a putt there elevated, but not a bad look. Scott laying up his second throw. Going to have a pretty easy birdie there. You can see his disc on the ground right next to the basket even.
I was kind of hoping for a jump putt attempt there.
I know. Would have been cool to see an eagle. That's a very special bird.
Mm-hmm. But Scott playing it smart and laying it up for the easy bird.
Yep, LP3 lays it up so he can take a par here.
Mo to save par. Knocks it down.
It's a nice putt. Elevated basket there. And able to save his par after some unfortunate first couple of throws there for Mr. Lockwood.
Not what you're looking for on the long open holes.
Devin gets a good bird after a not-so-great starting drive, though. And, of course, Scott Withers taking over birdie after a
Absolutely
monster.
Crushing.
Yeah, that was insane. What a cannon. Help it through with his par. There you are. Looking here at hole 17. Second longest hole of the day. 552-foot par 4. You're crossing both outfields once again and getting yourself into the infield there on this hole, on this baseball field. The basket is actually on home plate, so we're looking for some home runs here today.
He's not happy when that came out of the hand, and that is going to turn over.
And that is well deep in that outfield out there.
Devin just throwing a big hyzer.
Has some good height.
Getting it out there.
Gets well. He's right along the left side of the fairway over there.
Looking for an easy approach shot. He's not trying to get it there in one.
LP3 going with an Annie. And it just doesn't have enough time to fade out for him, but he does make a pretty good attempt at getting across both of those outfields there.
And Mo absolutely rips this. There is a right to left wind here, so that is going to carry that shot.
Look at it, fighting back out.
Wow.
Pretty much skips off of first base there and puts himself right along the dugout line. That was a fantastic drive from Mo.
That was mashed.
Good layup there from LP3 from deep.
It's safe to say
Gonna have a putt there for birdie. Not too hard, maybe 15, 20 feet.
Scott with the flick approach. Leaves a little bit to... You can have a little tester there for his bird.
Yeah, he's probably 25 feet, maybe circle's edge. Nice forehand upshot from Devin. Gonna see some ground ball action in the infield there.
Puts it right in that hole that's always in the right-handed batter's box.
And Mo misses that eagle putt, but still has a chance here for a bird.
Oh, that skips off. That is not what you're looking for.
Big skip there from Scott. Birdie for LP3. Woo. Birdie for Mo Lockwood.
That almost spit out.
Yeah, almost not a birdie for Mo Lockwood, but it was. So we'll chalk that one up for him and see if Scott can save his par here from a pretty awkward lie. You can see he's backed right up against the fence there. He's trying to reach out even so he can get a little bit more reach on that fence line.
Yeah, I don't know if my hips could get in that position. Scott must be doing his stretches.
Yeah, it was a good putt from an uncomfortable lie. And Devin with a tap-in bird.
That was scary, Devin.
And moving on to our last hole here, along with our last FlighTowel flight tracker of the day. Hole 18, 330-foot par 3. This is going to be a play you want to keep low. Forehand or backhand, you got to get it under these trees that kind of guard this putting area down here and get it down here on these leaves so you can look at a birdie putt down there in almost like a perfectly set up circle for you.
Mm-hmm. Millsite Park is beautiful in the fall.
Yeah, it was quite a treat to get to play on this temp course that they set up there for us. And that is quite a treat for Devin Cordell, who kicks one of those picnic baskets there at the edge of the circle and rolls right underneath the basket pretty much.
Some table love instead of tree love.
Mm-hmm.
LP3 stepping up here, ripping the backhand.
Oh, and he catches the branch of that tree down there, and it kicks him. Luckily, it kicks him out towards the middle of the fairway, and he's going to be outside the circle there, maybe 45, 50 feet from the basket. Mo sending a little higher. Gets right down through that gap to the right side there, and he's down there inside the circle.
Here comes Scott. Finish off all the tee shots on hole 18.
Last drive of the day for our feature card. And that is looking pretty good. If we can get through those branches, and it does. Hits the same leg of the table that Devin hits. But unfortunately, it does not give him the same kind of love it gave Cordell. But that was a good throw nonetheless. LP3 from deep. You can see him just beyond that fence line there.
That looks... Yep, dead center.
What a way to close out the round for LP3. Going 9 under here. We're going to see that again with the cash cam. That is a long putt for bird. And exactly what you want to see on your last putt of the day. What a fantastic way to end your first round. I guess not last putt of the day because we do have a second round that they're going to be playing in the afternoon. But
last putt of the round.
Last putt of the round. Fantastic.
Hot finish there for LP3. He made a bunch of those putts today.
He did. He had a lot of putts from circle 2. Mo knocking a putt down for birdie. We are 2 for 2 here on hole 18. Scott makes it 3 for 3, and I believe Damien's in tap-in range, so we might have a star frame here on the last hole, folks, which is...
Devin here.
Oh yeah, my bad. Devin here.
Kind of hinting.
There it is, though. That's a star frame on the last hole of the day, folks. Fantastic presentation from our feature card here. Looking at the scorecards, we've got 3 players tied at neg 9 with Mo Lockwood tied for 3rd at neg 8. You can see here, I did have a slip of the tongue before, but Damien Antibo with a hot round in the first round going neg 10. You will see him on our lead card coverage of round 2, which will be up tomorrow if you're watching this the day that it dropped. Special thanks to all of our sponsors, AGL Discs, Chain Runner, and FlighTowel, and also a shout out to Tournament Director Mo Lockwood for getting all of this set up for us and just having all of the holes set up. Had a fantastic experience getting the pre-flight or the pre-tournament flights done and all of that stuff. So big shout out to Mo. Make sure to follow us on social media at BWPro on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Big shout out to everybody. Make sure to catch our second round coverage. We will be covering the lead card MPO and have an exciting conclusion to our first event here of the 25th Southern Oregon Winter Series.